Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The ENT Resident. Today we'll be discussing a very important Viva topic and something that you need to know clinically as well, and that is what are the differences between Stridor and Stertor. You can also now purchase my notes. I have added links in the description. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, let's talk about what is stridor. Now, stridor is this harsh, high pitched musical sound that we hear and which occurs due to turbulent airflow. This is also termed as noisy breathing. Whereas stertor, on the other hand, it is a very low pitched snoring like sound which is caused by obstruction. Now, we'll talk about the mechanism behind each one of them in a little bit. Before that, what is the site of obstruction in case of stridor? So, the site of obstruction can be multiple, and depending on that, there can be various types of stridor. The obstruction can be either in the supraglottis, the glottis, subglottis, or the trachea. Whereas for stertor, the primary site of obstruction is either the nasopharynx or the oropharynx. So, if you look at this image over here, whenever this region is involved, the nasopharynx or the oropharynx, this is stertor. Whereas if it is involving the supraglottis, glottis, upper trachea, subglottis, or lower trachea, all of these will come under stridor. So we can see how the primary site of obstruction is very different for both of these. Next is what is the mechanism behind each one of them. So the mechanism of stridor is when there is an obstructed airway anywhere in the larynx or the trachea, it basically causes some kind of narrowing of the airway, and that leads to whatever air is passing through, the air becomes very turbulent. So this turbulent airflow through the partially obstructed airway is the reason behind stridor. Whereas stertor is more caused because of vibration of the soft tissues at the level of the nasopharynx and the oropharynx. So you can see how the mechanism is very different over here. Now, coming to the respiratory phase, stridor, as I mentioned, can be of different types. It can be an inspiratory stridor, biphasic stridor, and expiratory stridor, and it will depend on which type it is depending on the site of obstruction. So, if there is a supraglottic obstruction, we'll see an inspiratory stridor. If there is a glottic or a subglottic or an upper tracheal obstruction, in that case, we'll see a biphasic stridor. Whereas if there is a lower tracheal and bronchial obstruction, it will cause an expiratory stridor. When you come to stertor, however, stertor is mainly inspiratory. So you can see there is so much of a difference between both of them. Next, moving on to pitch. Stridor is usually high pitched, whereas stertor is low pitched. Now let's describe the quality of the sound. So the sound that comes out during stridor is more of a musical type of a sound, which can be squeaky or can be even described as crow-like. Whereas the stertor sound is described more like a snoring, a gurgling, or rumbling sound. When we look at aggravating factor, stridor usually gets aggravated on exertion and crying, whereas stertor will become worse when the patient is in supine position. However, it will be unchanged on crying. Crying will not affect it, but stridor will get affected during crying, where it will become worse. Next is cough. If there is a supraglottic or a glottic involvement, the cough will be a barking type of cough. If there is a subglottis or upper tracheal involvement, it will be a brassy kind of a cough. And if the lower trachea is involved, the cough will be wet sounding. Whereas cough is typically absent in stertor because we see that the primary site of obstruction in stertor is nasopharynx or oropharynx. There is no cough being presented over here. Next, moving on to how will the voice and the cry be? If the glottis gets involved, then in stridor, we'll see that there will be a hoarse voice. But otherwise, in any other cases of stridor, like involvement of the supraglottis or the subglottis or the trachea, the voice will remain unchanged. Whereas in stertor, the patient will have a muffled cry and their voice will remain unchanged. Next, coming to severity. Now, which one is more severe? Usually, Stridor suggests very critical situation and it may require emergency surgery or emergency management of the patient. Whereas Stertor is usually less dangerous immediately unless the patient has severe obstructive sleep apnea. We'll talk about a few causes as well at the end. So, in terms of severity, Stridor is the one which is more of an emergency rather than Stertor, unless it is a severe case of obstructive sleep apnea. Next, talking about the typical age group. So, stridor is more commonly seen in infants and children, but however, it's not limited to them, it can occur at any age. And stertor also occurs at all ages, but if it is a case of obstructive sleep apnea, that will be more commonly seen in adults. Next is how do we, when we examine it, what do we see? What do we hear? What are we looking out for? So, stridor is a noisy breathing. So, this breathing is actually audible even without the stethoscope. And stridor becomes worse when the patient is crying. Whereas for stertor will be audible only during sleep or relaxation. So, these are some common points that you should look out for when you're examining the patient. Next, where is the location or rather site of best audibility? In case of stridor, it will be over the neck or the tracheal region because our site of obstruction is either the larynx or the trachea. Whereas, because the site of obstruction is the nasopharynx or the oropharynx in stertor, the best audible site would be over the mouth or the nose. So you can see there's a lot of differences between the both of them. And lastly, let's talk about a few causes of each one of them. For stridor, some common causes could be croup, epiglottitis, laryngomalacia, tracheomalacia, subglottic stenosis, foreign body and airway. For some examples of causes for stertor is obstructive sleep apnea, tonsillar hypertrophy, choanal atresia, and macroglossia. So you can see the site of obstruction is in these causes are so different from each other. So that's all about the differences between stridor and stertor. If you have any further questions on this, please note them down in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thank you.